What's up, everybody? Welcome again to This Week in Gaming with the Slightly Salted Squad. Thanks for joining us today, August 28th, for episode 40, where we're going to be talking about P, Qs, zombies, and apparently Popeye's chicken. Not to mention a whole lot more. We appreciate you watching or listening, whether it be live on twitch.tv/Slightly Salted Squad or later on YouTube or your favorite podcast network. If you haven't yet, please check us out on Twitter and Instagram for news and updates. And if you actually want to support us beyond Twitch, click those follow and subscribe buttons or check us out on patreon.com/Slightly Salted Squad. Most importantly, though, if you actually want to play with us, whether it's WoW Classic, Grand Theft Auto, make sure you check out that official Discord, which you can link to from twitch.tv/Slightly Salted Squad. Well, that's enough of that, as always. And once again, I'm back. I'm John at Force Inept.
I'm Mike at Sregge.
I'm Deion at Taiko, and we sound good.
Hell yeah, we do. So, real quick, I have been gone the past couple weeks. So, I was in sunny Southern California doing a little vacation and going to the D23 Expo and actually proposing to my then girlfriend, now fiance. So, she said yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Otherwise, that was going to be a real awkward 10-day vacation because I did it the second day. So, I risked that. Ooh, turn Deion up 20%. I don't think I can do that live.
I can turn myself up.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, T-Gaps. Appreciate
How about,
it. Ooh.
Why don't you just talk
that's loud.
louder, Dan?
That was
Too
loud.
loud? Too
Yeah. Let us know, T-Gaps. Sounds good to me. But
let me know if I'm too loud.
real quick on D23 Expo, not a ton of real gaming news out there, but definitely a lot of fun. You can check me out at ForceNept on Instagram. My story is just packed with stuff. So if you want any of that, otherwise feel free to tweet at me questions or anything like that. Had a ton of fun. Lots of cool announcements. Disney Plus, I do want to plug real quick as a deal. It's not a video game deal, but it's normally like $6 something a month starting November 12th. You can now sign up for 3 years, but you get $23 off a year because of D23 Expo, so that's about a 30% savings, so it's like $4 a month if you commit to 3 years. So, throwing that out there. I did it because Mandalorian, Star Wars, and Marvel will be on it. So, there you go. Let's see. Anything you guys want to cover before we get into the news?
Nope. I think we're good to go.
No, dude, congrats again.
Cool.
Yeah,
Thanks.
buddy.
Appreciate it. Okay, let's get into the news.
Maybe.
Okay, and let's see. We are going to start off with some good old Apex news. So a lot of this comes out of kind of a smattering of Gamescom and other announcements. Apex Legends actually was out of a GameStop conference, which, if you guys didn't know, they had a lot of layoffs recently for GameStop. So kind of poor timing, I guess, with layoffs and then having a giant conference about it. But they showed a new character called Crypto, some Halloween skins, and a new gun. So first of all, Crypto, this is a picture of him here. He is kind of a surveillance class, I guess, if you will. So he has like a GameStop.
Did you say GameStop?
GameStop. So
Where they premiered a game that they don't actually sell in stores.
wait for it. Potential other news. First of all, Crypto surveillance class, so he has like a drone that allows other people to see things. His ultimate this is through data mining, so they showed this, then people data mined it. Allegedly he has an ultimate that damages shields, slows enemies down, destroys traps, things like that. So kind of a cool support class there. You got the charge rifle, so it's another new weapon. I don't think. Have you guys played Apex anytime recently?
Bro, if you're not on, I'm not playing Apex. Just saying.
Yeah. I think I played shortly after they released Watson. Probably 3 or 4 games, so not seriously at all.
Yep, kind of same here. So kind of fell off there. Honestly, though, the next one, Halloween skins, they teased some Halloween like event / skins. They showed this one for Gibraltar, so kind of Frankenstein Gibraltar. So anytime like that with Overwatch and stuff like that, that tends to get me back into games. So might have to be checking that one out. But then the GameStop portion, I think, is because they are apparently doing some boxed sets, which seems really weird for a free downloadable game.
Yeah, it looks like a DVD collection.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
So I'm not sure. There's some speculation if there's going to be like special, items you get out of it, or if there's actually physical stuff that comes with it and whatever for
you're gonna open it up and it's gonna have a little slip with a fucking code on it. Go to this website. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so
GameStop probably just paid for them to have a physical copy, so that way they could like sell it in some way. Like that's
right. It's only like aunts and like grandmoms are gonna like go in there to buy this game. Everybody else will just go download it.
That's mostly what GameStop is. Funko Pops and parents buying things for kids that they don't know about. T-Gab's asking, or stating, I'm not sure which is more dead, GameStop or Apex. It's a race at this point. It's a race. Although, I love Vincent Pella and Respawn guys, so I hope they can kind of turn it around, but yeah, they unfortunately haven't been able to keep up with good old Fortnite there. Yeah. So... speaking of dead things, Dying Light 2.
He did it.
I did it. Welcome to my transitions.
We didn't really do it.
We didn't. It was so bad.
That was a reach for that one because they're kind of undead, except this guy murdering people.
Dude,
so
the freaking limbs that are coming off like when this guy is slashing this thing is insane.
Yeah,
like
dude.
Right off the bat, I was just like, jeez.
So, for those of you that aren't part of the 473,000 people that have seen this in, I think, the past couple days, 2 days, this wasn't directly out of Gamescom, but it's kind of all around that time period, so there's that. Dying Light 2 gameplay from the E3 demo, which is 26 minutes long. This is what was shown behind closed doors at E3. They now released that. It's 26 minutes, 4K. It looks gorgeous. Still no release date on Dying Light 2. Everybody's kind of speculating spring 2020. From what I've seen, they haven't actually shown any co-op yet. But this is just all the single player. They go through, you can get different weapon mods and stuff like that. There's these different environments. Right now he's running through the rooftops that apparently kind of vary depending on what you do. I'm thinking sort of like Division 2 where, you can build up the settlement, stuff like that. And then
kind of, but what's cool is just that the decision-making factor.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, for example, in this quest, whatever you want to call it, mission, it's you can either stay and try to save this guy that is telling you to leave and go chase this van, or you can go chase the van, and then it proceeds on to this awesome parkour thing that obviously me playing it probably will not be as awesome because I'm not going to know the most direct route and all that stuff, but it's pretty impressive and looks absolutely gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, Dying Light 2 is coming to Steam, so there you go. They did confirm that it will not be an Epic Games Store exclusive. You can ride your shitty parachute that this guy has all you want on Steam, so you can buy that. T-Gaps. For now. We'll see how that goes. We'll see if they change their mind later. You can decapitate zombies like that. That looks badass. So, either of you guys plan on picking this one up?
So I've always been interested in Dying Light. I actually think I have the second one somewhere in some free game on some platform somewhere. Very interested.
The first one.
Or the first one, rather, yeah. I have not played it yet, but I might pick it up. It looks really good.
Yeah, I think, I heard a lot of good things. I played a little bit of the first Dying Light, but for me, I think some of the biggest factors of being able to just have some of these decision-making factors honestly changes the game for me. And it's cool having the linear running around an environment and stuff like that. But I think the fact of they show in this footage, someone being injured and getting shot, and you can either stay with them or follow the guys that did it. And one of those paths ends up to that person dying. That was part of your team. And you kind of shape the world, and the decisions aren't as easy as A and B. Some of them may have drastic effects where like you say you get water, but then what does that do to crime over here? And that's the type of stuff that like I'm looking forward to, alongside obviously of the combat, the parkour, and all that stuff. So,
Right.
Yeah, I think I'll pick it up.
Yeah. So oversaturation points, I lost interest partway through Dying Light 1. I only ever played it briefly, and I think it was just kind of co-op. It might have been with you, Deion. But just kind of briefly. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't anything I was kind of sucked into the world and the environment and stuff like that. I heard somebody discussing them talking to developers at E3. Apparently there's a section in Dying Light 2 where essentially you make a decision regarding its... I can't remember if it was like an aqueduct or a dam or something like that. But if you break open the dam, there's this whole other new environment now because the water drains out and there's stuff beneath it and you can interact with it and do quests and stuff like there. But if you don't do that, you just don't ever get to explore that part of the game. So it's like it sounds like there's very significant decisions at that. So kind of like Fallout 3 is always one that comes top of mind when I think of decisions where you can actually nuke a town fairly early on in the game, and then you can never go back there if you do that. So because you completely destroyed the town and all the quests and NPCs in it. So I'm hoping it's to that level. I'm not sure if it's gonna be that far, but this demo gameplay, if you're interested at all, definitely check out. It just, not to mention, it just looks gorgeous. Obviously 4K running on the best of the best, I'm sure, but
still looked really good.
Yeah, looks insane. So more to come on that. I'm sure we'll hopefully get some release dates in the near future if it's going to be spring 2020. So more to see there. Let's see, oversaturation with loved how Fallout 3 explored using the FEV. I'm blanking on FEV. And the water supply post-game the DLC. I don't think I ever played the Fallout 3 DLC, actually.
Yeah, forced evolutionary virus.
Maybe. I don't know what that is. Let's know oversaturation. But continuing on with more. Broken Steel was the one to play. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I never played those DLCs. Continuing on with more Death. Oh, that was a bad one.
Ugh.
Death Stranding out of Gamescom. I couldn't link it to peeing somehow. 16 minutes of PlayStation gameplay came out for Death Stranding from Gamescom. I think for this opening night live, which was hosted by Jeff Keighley. Unfortunately, I did miss it, so I'll probably lean on you, Deion, a little bit to talk about it. But I think probably the most notable announcement out of it, probably overshadowed others, was the fact that you can watch Norman Reedus pee in Death Stranding. Does that sum it up?
I mean, there were other good things, but yeah, I mean, that was definitely a thing to start off with right away. Everyone's like, yeah, and he's like just peeing, and you see like his like Norman Petus. That was very tasteful.
Wow.
Very tasteful.
Well done.
Yeah, and so obviously looking at the rest of the game, they showed some more gameplay, which was cool. So, same ladder stuff, and then like kind of how there's like these like career missions that you can do. And that's where like they debut that Jeff Keighley is in the game, not his voice but his facial features. So yeah, still, I mean, looks good. It really just reminds me of Phantom Pain a lot. Every time I look at gameplay, that's exactly what I think of in terms of the usability. But they had some really good gameplay trailers too, and I think it painted again more story to what the hell's actually happening in this game. I feel like now, like, I kind of have a general understanding of what's happening now, and you know, they keep showing the connection with the baby, and there's like different things you can do to like rock the baby if it's crying, and I think you like move the PlayStation controller in a certain way. So you know, there's definitely a lot there, a lot to explore. But there's something else with the ping too. He
creates mushrooms.
Kojima said like if you pee like in the same spot, a mushroom will grow, and then you might be able to get an item out of it, some shit like that. But I think it plays into the survival aspect of the game too. Like you're out here in this open environment, and obviously if you need to pee, I'm guessing that you need to think about your food and, you know, other aspects as well as the baby and whatever other things
creatures around
in
you.
the world. Yeah, exactly. So Overall, really cool, and everyone's excited. And then he said that he would show more in the, was it the Tokyo Game Show? I can't remember specifically what he said, but he pretty much said that, like, I think it was Japan that he said he was going to do more.
Cool.
So yeah,
I didn't realize that Kojima was a Bear Grylls fan. That's pretty neat.
Clearly.
Apparently. There was one thing that also came out that there would be more of it in the PlayStation, what is it called? PlayStation State of Play, which is now rumored to be in November. It's also rumored that the PlayStation 5 will get more announcements then. Granted, all very speculative at that point, so didn't put any official news in there since it's super rumors, but yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if that is the case, you know, and you're thinking about, because everybody's thinking about investors. I wonder if they, like, you know, are tailoring that towards, oh, let's make Q4 look good by announcing all of these things, you know, towards the end of the year. I wonder if that's just, you know, part of the mindset.
Actually,
as well as, you know, tailoring towards the fans. Or is that too late?
I'm trying to think, right? That doesn't make sense based on the news I was just talking about, because Death Stranding comes out in November, doesn't it? November 8th? Let me double
I
check
thought it was
that.
later part of November.
No, November 8th. So...
Interesting.
I was wrong. Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting. So maybe there will be a PlayStation State of Play before then? Huh. Well, we shall see. And hopefully know more about Norman Pedus, as they say. Are you still getting it?
One person says. I wasn't going to get. I actually wasn't going to get the game initially, knowing that it was going to be really good, just because, like, me and Scary Games don't really mix that one. But the more gameplay I see, the more, I don't know. Not that it won't have its scarier moments, but now it just feels more open worldish with, like, these scary events. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but
it's like elements
in essence,
of it.
Yeah, the element. So I think I'm gonna get it at this point.
These was sold as soon as he found out there was peeing in it.
Yeah, once he heard about pee, he was all in.
Yep.
Also,
Peas
there's
Mentos.
Jeff Keighley doing something.
These my pee.
These my pee. Mike, you getting it?
That's my pee.
You know, probably. I played all of the Metal Gear Solid games up to Phantom Pain, and I think I got to, like, halfway through Phantom Pain, and I was like, this is just too fucking weird, too fucking out there. And so I actually stopped that one and didn't finish it. And I'm getting those vibes, like you were saying, Deion, from this game. But I'm so intrigued. I feel like I have to pick it up and figure out what the hell's going on.
It's definitely gonna be different in, like, its own nuanced thing, and I think that's the part of me that's like, I don't know. It's really interesting. I don't know. It'll be different than any other game that we get more recently. So
yeah,
this artificial womb there.
I always have a tendency to kind of try to support those weird games, like Nintendo Labo. Like, I still haven't put together, but I bought Little Big Planet.
It, John, if it's still in the box.
Yeah, it is. I purchased it, and should probably sell that. But yeah. So.
Well, you wait a year or two, it'll be an antique.
Yeah, that's true.
Keep it in the
what
box.
the hell is cardboard? Amazon on fire and all that. Oh, topical. Okay. Continuing on to more Gamescom news. Oh. Winners of the 2019 Gamescom Awards. And I actually meant to mention Dreams in these creative games. Which won Best of Gamescom? Dreams Sony Interactive.
Nice.
So pretty cool. I am not talented enough to create things in that, but I look forward to the plethora of content that will continue to come out for it.
Topical. Somebody has actually created PT in Dreams, which is pretty incredible.
They also created the Final Fantasy VII Remake boss fight that they showed at E3 in Dreams, and it basically has the really old Final Fantasy VII Cloud and Barrett sprites, but then everything else looks amazing. So it's actually hilarious to watch. Notably, best VR AR game, Marvel's Iron Man from Sony as well for PlayStation VR. That's going to be coming out later this year. It's supposed to be amazing.
Forgot about that.
So
you getting that?
Oh yeah, definitely. Best multiplayer game, Borderlands 3, which we'll talk about a little bit, but that's again coming out in not too long, September. I 15th, I think it is. Did I delete that information? September 13th, sorry. Yeah, Monster Hunter World. Okay, you got that. Best Esports, Super Smash Brothers. Kind of surprised by that, to be honest. Most Wanted Consumer Award, Borderlands 3. THQ Nordic with Best Games Company because no one knows what the hell they're doing. Best Action Game, Doom Eternal.
They're laying low right now, which kind of seems to be like a good idea with all the shit that everybody else is going through.
Oh, yeah. But here we go. Roller Champions Best Sports Game from Ubisoft. Hell yeah.
Wow.
Is there a release for that?
No, there's not yet.
No, just 2020. You're telling me that a 4-day pre-alpha sample was enough to win Best Sports Game?
Yes.
Competition's a little thin.
Yes. And here's saying it
That's incredible.
about competition. Best Microsoft Xbox One game, Gears 5.
Yeah.
Well,
Like they had any other option.
right. Best Xbox exclusive, the only one we
The
have.
only game that we have. But yeah, Dreams got most original game, best Sony PS4 game. Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, which comes out in end of October. Best
Yes.
Nintendo Switch game, so there you go.
I'm excited for that one.
So congratulations to all you winners out there. Death Stranding, though, not on the list at all. So, ain't too bad.
They don't have a weird as fuck category, so
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Next year they'll have it. They're going to have some
Yeah.
contenders, I think. Next up, Scavengers from Midwinter. So, would have talked about this last week or the week before, so I got to do a closed alpha of this. I wasn't allowed to share screenshots or video or anything like that, but I'm able to talk about the experience. So basically I just went into their page here and pulled up this image, which helps me at least explain it. It is a 3-man team battle royale of sorts. So there is a zone that eventually closes in. It's not really consequential to the game, though, oddly enough. You're collecting food and stuff like that to eat. You have to stay warm. There are these different storms that come in through the environment, so you actually have to seek shelter or find a fire or create a fire to keep warm. You pick up guns and melee weapons. You can upgrade them as you get more materials and deconstruct things to get materials to upgrade them. It was a really weird blend of different things. The first 2 games I got absolutely schooled. I played 3 more and was top 3 teams each time, except one time we were the last team alive. We still lost, though, because you have to essentially collect these items to be able to, I'm not sure if it's like send up a flare or something, this signal, to essentially be rescued. So it's very interesting. There's PvE aspects as well as PvP aspects. There's 20 teams of 3. And yeah, so I was super excited that we won. We like just dominated everybody. I fully upgraded all my shit. I was just destroying people. And then we still lost because of the environment killing us. It seemed a little too tough in that respect. So I did give feedback as far as that goes. But the actual gameplay was smooth. It ran very well. Looked pretty good for being like closed alpha from honestly a game I never even heard of, and was entertaining to say the least. So I think it's definitely got some potential. So hopefully more to come on that one. Hopefully good news in the future for them. But yeah, there were my thoughts on that one. That's about, I think, all I can do. Next up, quite a few releases this week. First, we'll start with Control. Control for PC, PS4, and Xbox. PC has an 85 Metacritic score. I think higher than what kind of people I'd heard played it anticipated it would be. Xbox, it's an 84. PlayStation 4, it's an 81. I have heard some critiques of the PlayStation 4, even on the Pro, where if you pause the game then come out of it, it's kind of a stuttering effect for a little while until the game kind of like catches up, and then it runs smoothly again. So not even the map or anything, just like straight up pausing it and unpausing it. I streamed it a little bit last night. I've only played about 45, maybe a little longer than that, minutes of it. A lot creepier of a game than I thought, kind of some Silent Hill vibes. But once I got the telekinesis power, where you can just like pick up items or even the ground, like chunks of concrete out of the ground, throw it at people, it feels so good. Like the sound, the effects of it, the kind of weight of it, combat just feels really good. So I'm very excited to play more of that. I will be streaming it more. You can check out the stream on twitch.tv/SlightlySaltedSquad, the VOD. Unfortunately, there were some audio challenges, and I had some glitches here and there just because I think of the streaming setup more than anything. So hopefully this next time I stream it, probably this weekend during our hurricane, you can check out more of that. But so far, I'm enjoying a lot. And I was going to pain some people in chat, T-Gabs namely. This is the first Epic Game Store exclusive game I've purchased.
Oh, snap, it happened.
Yeah.
Damn.
You're dead to me, he
You're
says.
dead to
You're
me.
dead
Yeah.
to me.
So I did wish list it on Steam because I went on. So you dumb bitch. Thank you, T-Gabs. So I wish listed it on Steam because I went on Steam not knowing it was an Epic Game Store exclusive, thinking, oh, that's weird, I just can't pre-order it, whatever, okay, I'll follow it. Then I Googled it, and there we go, it's an Epic Game Store exclusive for 1 year. Then I was like, oh, I'll just get it for PlayStation 4. And then I saw the reviews about the stuttering on that, and then I realized the PC version has RTX, which looks amazing on it. And
It does
I
look really good.
got it on Epic Game Store. So someone bought a stolen key. Does it even work on Steam? If it's that, is it possible to subscribe to 2/3 of a channel? You know what? In September, subscriptions are half off, so just wait till September and you'll get like 1.5. So there you go. Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie, it pained me a little bit, but I feel a little better just because I will probably be. Take back my congratulations on the engagement. Thank you, T-Gabs. I use it 2/3. Oh my god. Borderlands 3 is going to be the same thing. So I kind of knew that one was coming. This one was just more of kind of a surprise, if you will, that I committed to. So apologies to those in the chat that I've offended so dearly.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
All of them.
It's all chat.
I will give you. I'm gonna pull something up real quick. Like, I do kind of like this launch thing Epic Game Store has, where you can just quick launch it right there. It's actually kind of nice.
Guys, look at that.
Kinda
Look
nice.
at that launcher right there, bro. Look at that
Look at that.
game.
Look at this game, Ancestors Humankind Odyssey. We're gonna go on to that because that's in the news too. Let's see. Why would you need Borderlands 3? Why are we not talking about it? Oh, we are. We're gonna be talking about that. Ancestors: The Humankind Odyssey for PC also came out yesterday, August 27th. Surprisingly higher score than I thought it was going to be, 67. I thought that would have been much, much lower. Very mixed,
I mean,
pretty positive.
yeah.
And the user reviews, as always, polarized.
Yep. You either love or you hate it.
Tens, zeros. I didn't even know you could do a 0, or 4s. So there you go. Yeah, streaming spyware. Yes, I know. We'll talk about some more of that stuff later too, actually. Man, all this topical stuff.
They read the script.
Yeah. Ancestors: The Humankind Odyssey, though, don't play it from everything we've heard or read. Mike, you were saying somebody just said they would never play it again.
Yeah, so this is one that I've been really actually excited about since E3 2018. Mostly because it reminds me of the old Super Nintendo game Evo, where you start as like this little fish and then you earn evolution points and then you get a bigger jaw, get a bigger tail, you eventually leave the water. Like I just like the idea, and so this game rang a lot of those bells for me.
Isn't
and
that
it looks.
Spore? Or Spore the
So
same concept?
Spore's a similar concept, but that was
I
for
think-
PC. This is like the original way
Gotcha.
back. It's ringing a lot of those bells for me, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. And so there was a review that came out, I think it was on Kotaku, And it was interesting to read through because the beginning part, the reviewer was basically like, here's all the things I really liked about it. And then as I'm scrolling through, like the stuff I didn't like so much about it was like twice as long. Most of it actually revolves around they don't really tell you what to do, and it's deliberate. Like the loading screen will tell you, hey, we're not going to explain how to do things. And it kind of goes along the same lines of like the monkey didn't know how to make tools, right? So you are sort of discovering the world at the same time as the user. Okay, cool.
They just don't give you any keybinds at all. There's no controller options.
Yes, a lot of people don't know this, but the monkeys had no concept of keyboard binds. Not a thing.
But I think the piece that people got really frustrated about was like every time your civilization dies, you have to start all over. And it can be hours of gameplay with what I understand to be unskippable cutscenes, and none of your progress carries over.
Damn.
And so you do something wrong, a virus comes out, or like a pack of cheetahs comes after you, and you guys are all decimated. Start all over, and that's where a lot of people frustrated. But what really got me was, reading through his review, it was like some good stuff, mostly bad stuff, and he's just like, all in all, it was okay. And then I'm reading through the comments, and one of the people was like, hey, so are you going to be picking this back up and finish it after the release? And the guy responds, I never want to play that game again in my life.
Damn, son.
Glowing review.
Yeah, so he said he's had like 3 or 4 really good long runs, and those were a lot of fun. Building your civilization and learning and advancing, and that stuff is really rewarding. But just that grind to get back to where he was, it wasn't worth it. So, yeah, I don't know. I might still pick it up, but I'm not as excited for it as I was, unfortunately.
And there's quality content out there if you ever want to look at. I'm not sure what year it was. It was a while ago, though, right? Where there was a review of the developer that describes the game. And if you want to watch that, and then go over to Taiko's channel on YouTube, and you can watch an amazing parody of it.
Have an exclusive interview.
Exclusive, yes, not parody. Exclusive interview with creators of Ancestors: The Humankind Odyssey. So check that out.
Yes.
Let's see. Next, queues as long as Popeye's chicken. World of Warcraft Classic also released this week with some pretty amazing queues. Position queue 20,000 based on this image. Mike over here has been playing a lot of it, it sounds like. Before we get into that real quick, I do want to point out queues to get into the game, and then because of how many people playing in the server size, queues, literal queues in the game, where the most polite players ever, apparently, will line up in the game to turn in quests and kill, quest mobs and stuff like that. Wow. Can you stop saying the Q word? Yes. Queuing virtually, even, if you will. Almost like a theme park queue. Which I got to see a lot of in California, D23 Expo. But yeah, so, Mike, have you experienced any of these queues in your...
I have. So the game dropped, was it Monday at like 6 p.m. Eastern. I waited till about 8:30, I put the little one down, grabbed a snack, went up into my office, shut the door, went to go click on a server. It was full. Click on another server. It was full. New server pops up. They had spun up new servers.
Right?
Yeah. New server pops up, and I'm like, okay, whatever it is, I'm just committed to it. Server name was Bigglesworth, which I thought was perfect. So I selected it. 240-minute queue.
Jeez.
Fucking kidding me. I actually didn't get to play the first night. I left it on.
Damn.
I went into the bedroom. I watched a couple of episodes of, TV with my wife. She ends up knocking out. I'm like, all right, time to go play. I snuck back into the office. It was still like 140 minutes.
Damn.
So, they have since fixed it. But even yesterday, I had a 45-minute queue to get into a server that had already created a character.
Yeah.
Because it's WoW Classic, can you remind me how... if I build a character on that server, is that I can't? Is there server transfers or any of that stuff? How does that work?
So in the game today, you can transfer characters, but it's a paid service. I don't know
Okay.
if that's available yet, though. Likely they'll add it. It doesn't really add any content to the game. It's
Right. It's
more like a
just
yeah. As of right now, with WoW Classic, if you create a character on the Horde and it's a PvP server, you cannot have an Alliance character on the same server. So thank you, Pharaoh Games, for wasting all my fucking time. I appreciate that. If it's just a PvE server, then yeah, you can have both of them on there.
Yeah, back in the day, it was the Horde and Alliance teaming up to gank people and shit. Like, oh my god.
Yes.
Good old days of Mag Therodon. T-Gaps can attest to that. Mr. Thunder Fury himself.
OMG.
Also, interesting, I got, not through the chat, but a text request. 2 requests, actually. So, first of all, shout out to Adev. And
Ooh.
secondly, tell Taiko to change his name back to Super Nerd Fresh.
nah.
Yes.
Not happening.
I don't know
It's
why.
not happening.
Everybody
Too late,
likes
bro.
Super Nerd Fresh.
Nah, nobody liked it. Nobody liked
Nope.
it. They just like it now because I'm not that. That's what it is. Artists die and then all
Yeah,
of
it's
a
like
sudden,
Prince.
like they get famous. Same thing. I'll be a symbol. Yeah, that'll be my
Ooh,
next
just
change.
a Taiko symbol? I'm not sure I'm going to type that out. Let's see. T-Gab saying, I really want to play WoW, but there's a Winnebago County judge that says I can't.
That's actually pretty good.
Partially true. Let's see. Ooh, T-Gab's asking questions here. Does that mean he's
One
getting back
second,
into
yes,
it?
Let me pop back on real quick, and I'll plug that shit into the channel. Give me 1 second.
Oversaturation. Taiko is a Japanese drum. Is that correct?
Correct.
Bam.
That is an accurate statement.
Which?
Because he gets beat all the time.
Wow. Santa Monica Pier is having a Taiko Drum Fest actually in coming months. So
I'll be there.
Took a picture
I'm
of that.
hosting it.
Continuing on with WoW Classic though, even with giant queues, and maybe this is because of giant queues, Twitch actually topped out with over 1 million viewers, 1.137 million viewers on its Twitch page, which I think the next up was Grand Theft Auto at like 200,000. So just instantly dwarfed everything. And actually, let's take a look. We'll see what's at right now.
Yeah, I wonder. I figured it'd peak and then
270,000. Still a lot. Still
What is it in the?
almost double Fortnite.
It's still number 1.
Still
Yeah,
number 1.
impressive.
Yep. Still number 1.
It's fun.
But yep, killing it. So we'll see how long that lasts. I'm not gonna lie. Once people start getting into Molten Core and stuff like that, I haven't quite made the decision. I'm leaning towards the decision of not playing, at least for now, because I can't commit that much time out of my life because I know what will happen to me. I will get into Molten Core and do grinds and be a Felheart Warlock. I can't do that and survive, especially with a functioning job and stuff like that. So
It's hard because we're grown-ups now with jobs.
I know, dude. It's fucking tempting.
Yeah,
Mol-
I'm going Torn Prot Warrior, and I'm going to tank that bitch.
Dude.
And it's going to be amazing.
Molten Core just sounds so good right now, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm gonna resist. I've got control. I'm gonna get Borderlands 3 to the chagrin of the chat, but we'll see. Speaking of games, I think we can all Molten Storm. Yeah, it's true. It was a long
Got 'em.
ass, somewhat boring raid, but the memories. All that cherry Pepsi I drank and was super fat when I was young. Let's see. Games we actually want to play, though, and I think everyone can agree upon, including chat. Cyberpunk 2077. Again, April 16th, 2020, it's coming out. Out of Gamescom, though, some discussions about Cyberpunk 2077. People asking about the map size, how big it was, is it all Night City, stuff like that. They didn't directly say it was only Night City, but they did say, quote, might be a little smaller than Witcher 3, but it's way more dense. They consider the city itself a protagonist in the story, which is pretty cool. The actual full quote I'll read. If you look at pure surface in terms of square kilometers, then Cyberpunk 2077 might even be a little bit smaller than Witcher 3, but it's the density of the content, taking the world of The Witcher and squeezing it right in, deleting the wilderness between. They also say that it's also has more stacked spaces on top of each other vertically. It sounds like you won't be able to explore outside the city, but there probably won't be much to see beyond its walls. So, there you go.
Yeah, I think that which I really like this. Like, I think there's just because of the concept of having like larger maps. Like I feel like GTA is always known for like, oh, the map needs to be this much bigger. But like, I'm totally cool with having that map, which is a big map, and having it super dense. I think that's fucking fantastic, honestly.
Yeah. Well, there's also a lot more opportunity for subways as well as skyscrapers, and like so like they were saying, there's gonna be a lot more vertical space, I think.
Yeah, I mean flying ships and shit.
Yeah. So I'm pretty excited.
We all want a city that's like popping and bustling too, with all these people.
Yes.
Like we want that feel of it, as opposed to a bigger map, but then you don't have as many people or things in between.
Agreed. Yeah, because if there's parts of the game that don't feel alive, likely won't want to spend much time over there anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto, like half the time when I'm driving like on the freeway to get to something at the North Point, I'm just like, oh my god, okay, I have to make this drive, or I have to even fly a helicopter because it's a little bit faster. It's like, just time to kill mainly because it's more empty. Side topic: I watched Alita Battle Angel on a plane back from California. It was very impressed with it and really want a game based on that world. And I'm thinking Cyberpunk is about as close as you're going to get. Probably. And I really hope they have... what was it called? It's the sport they play in Alita Battle Angel, which is basically rollerball, but...
Yeah.
Or roller champion the game, except it's like people killing each other and shit like that. That seems like that'd be perfect for Cyberpunk. I'd be all.
It was based on like a manga or something, wasn't it? Like a manga or.
Yeah, something.
Comic
or
that existed. Yeah, it was a book or.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. So, just side note.
Cool.
Continuing on with Cyberpunk news, they've also tweeted some new images that are all just so beautiful. So not really much news, but you can go to their Twitter and find them. We'll see if this apparently loads on my page right here.
It's not loading on my page either, so.
Oh no. Okay. Well, let's just go through it. Cyberpunk game. Yeah, so they have new images, all high def and all that nonsense. Oh, that's a risque one. Oh, that's definitely a cosplayer. Okay. Oh, because I'm looking at not their main page. I'm looking at tweets about them. Damn it. Scrolling. Nope, never mind. That's their main page.
We're doing it live.
Doing it live. Yeah, some great images. You can also go on to cyberpunk.net and check out. They have the images there. If you view it on your mobile device, you actually view mobile versions of them too, which you could make into sweet backgrounds, which I did. Because, oh my god, they look so pretty, and I want to play it so badly.
Yeah.
Akira bike for the win. Hell yeah, getting that special edition. Can't wait.
Yeah, that's dope as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. No transition. Deion's favorite topic, Fortnite, in the news. Having a Borderlands 3 crossover event. Really doesn't entice me to play it all, but pretty cool because it is very much Borderlands 3 styled meets Fortnite styled. So you can have psychos in there, you get the claptrap, and the actual zone is themed exactly like Pandora, and it actually looks really good, I have to say. So, there you go. Claptrap backpack. Does that make everyone want to play it?
Borderlands, yes. Fortnite, no. That's it. That's all I have to say.
Look at this. That looks pretty good. A little zone there, Pandora zone.
Oversaturation says this actually makes me want to play Borderlands 3 less.
Yeah, this feels 100% like a money grab, and I just feel like the people over in the Borderlands team should be ashamed of themselves.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're all about the money. They're going to Epic Game Store.
Yep. I mean, it looks cool.
Still probably play it.
But, meh.
Okay. Everybody's staunchly against Fortnite. Got it. Call of Duty. October 25th, as a reminder, it comes out. First Call of Duty, I think we're all kind of excited for. The first time forever. This past weekend, though, there was 2v2 alpha availability on PlayStation 4 only. I will let Mike. Did you play it all? I know Deion played.
No, I didn't get a chance to play.
I'll hand it over to you, Deion.
Yeah, so I played with Dead by Dawn. Shout out to him. We played through the weekend, a couple days. It took me a minute just to be on a controller again and play something that's more competitive as a shooter on the console. I was losing and I did not like it. But in terms of and I got better later on, so I felt good about it. But yeah, I mean, overall the game is really pretty polished for what they're calling an alpha. I didn't run into any big game breaking bugs or anything like that. It felt good. Weapons felt heavy, as they should. Sound animations on the weapons sounded really good, and the typical kind of things that you would expect in a current Modern Warfare Call of Duty game is up to par. Not some futuristic wall jumping or anything like that. Just straightforward, clean shooting. The killing animations felt good. Yeah, and I was overall I was satisfied with it. It definitely made me want to get the game for sure. A couple things that they can tweak as far as some of the sound in terms of like footsteps and stuff like that. That stuff needs to be ironed out. And there's a couple things that they were addressing right away in Reddit and the other community posts that were out there. But overall, it felt pretty polished, and
Nice.
I think that they were probably doing more analytics and gathering how players were playing the map versus like actual game breaking bugs. So overall satisfied. I'm ready to hit it up on keyboard. I can tell you that.
Now, question: did Dead by Dawn rage quit?
He had some moments at first so it's interesting. So he tried the keyboard and mouse on PlayStation.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And at first it does all this stuff, and like he couldn't get the DPI configuration to work, and then like it would auto aim by default. It was just like a bad time.
Gotcha. I think Pharaoh had some of that too.
Yeah, he had some of the same stuff. And then Dead by Dawn ended up using a wireless mouse. For some reason, that worked better.
Huh.
And after he did that, he was on keyboard and mouse. I was on controller, and like we barely lost. I don't think we may have lost one game, and we were wrecking face.
Gotcha.
But fun fact, it shows similar to like I think Grand Theft Auto does this. Like it shows the icon as like a mouse, and so that someone's playing keyboard and mouse versus the controller. People were leaving. If some people were leaving and we were suspecting that they would like quickly join, see that someone's on keyboard and mouse, and like leave.
No shit.
That was our suspicion. So I get
Makes
that,
sense.
but it brings a point to like I'm not entirely sure on how the cross-play will work. They've confirmed it. They confirmed it again at Gamescom, saying that like yes, if you had a friend that's on console and you're on PC, that you guys can play together. But yeah, it's interesting on how that will end up really working out in terms of competitive gaming.
Yeah, I bet there will be server options where you can search it like of mixed or keyboard only or whatever. Kind of like Grand Theft Auto kind of does that.
Mm-hmm.
So, not that it searches, but you can kind of restrict it based on preferences. But yeah, that'll be interesting. I'm actually quite excited about it. I think the next beta, I want to say, is... Can one of you guys check that for me? September 12th, I want to say, somewhere around there. Is going to be a... I'm not sure if it's an open beta or if it's like one of those pre-order beta type situations or what it is. I remember seeing something about that.
Open beta, PS4, September 14th through 16th, 21st through 23rd.
Okay.
And then Xbox and all other platforms is September 19th, 20th, 21st through 20th.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Some more to come on that one. Pharaoh Games saying by default console players will only be matched with other console. They can opt to play against PC. Interesting.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. Probably the alpha. I'm sure that's probably not a consideration yet.
Yeah, it was kind of just it was a
Or
PlayStation
actually-
only, right?
Yeah. That's a good point.
It was interesting too because you could just like Dead by Dawn could just grab a controller and then all of a sudden the icon changes. So he could have duped people and been like, "Oh, I'm on controller. Ha, just kidding," and then start to play.
That's
maybe they'll have
pretty
some
good.
limitations and stuff there.
That's pretty good. Might do that.
Yeah, shameless plug on Labor Day. I'm posting a video on it, so check out
Nice.
how I did.
Thanks. So search Taiko on YouTube.
Yeah.
Bam.
Yeah. Is it up to date, Taiko? Is it actually Taiko? now?
It's all Taiko. I post once a week. You might get some Japanese drums in there though. Yeah.
Oversaturation has a great point.
No power on Monday.
Yeah.
Accurate.
So we'll see if Taiko can post it on Monday. That fact too.
True.
Fair point. We probably will be skipping squad mode this Sunday. Kind of up in the air at this point. We do have a potential Category 3 hurricane headed our way. Supposed to hit us Monday morning. So we'll let you know. Check out Twitter, Instagram, all that. Or we'll maybe see you on Sunday. So
Yeah. Hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your squad modes because we're getting hurricanes around here.
Charge up your Nintendo Switches.
Hell yeah. And your iPads and your phones and everything that you can charge up. Let's see. Next up in the news, more PlayStation news. Kind of a rumor, but thought it interesting. PlayStation 5 dev kit 3D renders are out loose on the internet right now. Based on a patent that came up for the PlayStation 5 dev kit, this is a 3D rendering of it. Thoughts before I pass my judgment?
It's a dev kit. Dev kits never look like the actual console. I think it's interesting. And this is 100% purely speculation. However, it looks like they're made to be stacked. And it immediately reminded me of Project xCloud, where you can sort of raid together Xboxes to do like the streaming servers and stuff. And I wonder if maybe it's just for development. Maybe I'm looking too far into it, but it almost made me, what if Sony's got something in the shoot too? So I think it looks ridiculous.
Would this hamper you from purchasing it?
It would really depend on like what that cutout's supposed to be. I'd be totally down if like that cutout you could plug your controller into it and it like wirelessly charged your controller like a controller dock or something. That'd be super cool.
That's a cool idea.
But that does nothing for me. It doesn't stand on its side. It wouldn't stop me from buying it. I just
it's fine. I would just put it behind my cabinet and just have it there, and you wouldn't see it. And just be like, hey.
I put a vase right in that little spot in the middle there.
Yeah, that was kind of my thought. That it's like, man, that thing, I personally, and obviously always a matter of opinion, looks ugly as sin. Like, why would they design it this way, etc. And again, it is a dev kit, probably not what the actual end one will look like. Obviously, the internet's going ablaze with wild speculation. But like, even if that is what it's like, as much as I dislike it, I would probably still buy it.
Yeah, for sure. Pharaoh Game says might be ventilation. I think he's right. I think it's which is why I think they're made to be stacked. Kind of looks like those two knobs on the top are made to like.
Yeah, it does look like
spacers.
it's stackable. That's true.
Yep. And then that way, even if you have another one laying across the top, it can still breathe.
And that's why I think being a dev kit, likely people are going to have multiple of them potentially stacked and all that stuff. So it's a lot more probably functional than it is stylish, and that's probably what they're going towards there rather than
exactly. Well, and they don't need to come up with an expensive cooling solution for it. They can just plug a bunch of holes and throw a whole bunch of fans in there, and then that'll be fine.
And like, why the hell would you need play, pause, fast forward buttons on a PlayStation 5 on the outside of it? Because what the hell? Or 5 USB ports.
So many.
I'm not gonna lie, USB ports sound pretty cool because I just always need USB ports wherever I am. But
no, dude, next controller better have wireless charger. I don't need a fucking cable. It's 20.
Yeah, that's a good point. But what about your PSVR and your other peripherals?
Do you plug your PSVR directly into your PlayStation?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you got it.
Well,
two USBs? I think it's two USBs. Maybe it's... Yeah, I don't know. I have to take a look, but...
We need to be wireless. Come on, people. Solve the problems. Let's go.
Seriously. It's 2019, people. Come on.
That's what I'm saying.
It's the age of information. Which...
Let's leave wires in the 2019.
Sorry, I'm going to go back to my joke transition. Age of information, which Microsoft has people listen to. So, this came out this past week. Microsoft contractors listen to user audio from Xbox consoles. Granted, it was not just Xbox consoles. It was for Skype. It was Cortana things. It was Kinect. A funny quote down here from one of the anonymous sources. The Xbox stuff was actually a bit of a welcome respite, honestly. It was frequently the same games, same DLCs, same types of commands. Xbox give me all the games for free, or Xbox download newest Minecraft skins pack, or whatever. The challenge here is it also recorded a lot of unintentional things by it automatically triggering, things like that, and a lot of it being children speaking and stuff like that. So...
Yeah, I was hoping you were going to do a Fortnite segue. Like, speaking of kids, Microsoft's listening to them all the time.
Ooh, that would have been a good one. I was trying to get to one of these quotes. Actually, shit, where is it? Where's the phone sex quote? Oh, yeah. The contractor added that most of the Xbox audio was also fairly benign compared to the Skype and Cortana audio on other platforms, the latter of which included material that could clearly be described as phone sex. So imagine getting paid to listen to feedback, to quote-unquote better improve things, or whatever you want to call it, and just listening to phone sex. What the fuck?
I need a cigarette break. Now.
Yeah, oversaturation, I mean... If Google does that, which they probably do,
They do.
they hear everything.
They definitely do.
Everything. Yep. Oh boy, speaking of which. Yeah, so just kind of put that in the news. I don't think it's really damnable. I think everybody, unfortunately, kind of knows that that kind of happens. And it's kind of weird that it's gotten to that point.
Everybody wants their audio cues to be better. I use my voice all the time for my Google Home, my smart home, my phone. Tell it to set reminders. Tell it to shut the hell up when it's playing music. And in order for it to get better, people have to listen to it, you know? And sometimes it triggers off and it's uncomfortable when they hear things that you don't really want them to hear. But like that's the only way it's going to get better. You know, it's almost like so last year or the year before, the full body scanners at the airports actually allow the TSA agents to see your dog.
Yep.
And there was like all that data that people were looking at, but it's keeping us safe. So like, I don't know. It's not ideal, obviously, but I mean, I'm not gonna turn off my Cortana or anything for it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's one of those. How far are you gonna let it go? To how much convenience will you sacrifice to actually do something about it? Type thing. But,
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So found it interesting though. Poor Cortana and all the things she's had to hear. Speaking of kids and phones, Mario Kart. Mario Kart Tour officially got an announcement for the Android and iOS coming out on September 25th. So we talked about that quite a few months ago now, I think. Mike and I played the beta, alpha, whatever it was.
It was a beta, I think.
Yeah, and enjoyed it. You obviously played a lot more than I did, but pretty cool. Finally seeing that official release date now, September 25th. So there you go. And let's see.
Oversaturation says, "Is this game still gacha as hell?" What do you mean by that exactly? I thoroughly enjoyed the game. I played it quite a bit. There are only 2 lap races, so it was very quick. To pick up a game, sort of hit it real quick.
Yeah, it means like the pay to win or monetization aspect.
So I don't really
it's
feel
mobile,
like...
right? So it's gonna be some of it, right?
Yes, and so basically the way that they do it, they have this cannon that has 99 items for the week, and you pay your coins to get an item. There's 3 or 4 ultra rare items for the week, and it'll tell you, how many items you have left in the cannon. And so as you buy, you have a greater chance of getting those items. But they also do weekly challenges, or at least in the beta they did. It might be win 3 races, or hit 3 opponents with a red shell or something like that. And you get 5, 10, 15, 20 coins per challenge. So you get plenty of currency. In the beta, I got through, they had 2 different cannons, and I probably soaked up about 50% of the items sitting in there. And in that time, I got 4 out of the 6 rare items. I did not feel frustrated. I did not feel I needed to pay to win. In fact, there's not really a whole lot of paying to win. You have to level up your cart, your driver, and your accessory. And each level has like a preferred cart, driver, and accessory. And so you can't just use the same Mario and cart and accessory to power through everything, because that particular combination may have like detriment on another level. So it kind of kept you rotating things out, and you just kind of play with it, and you leveled up. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Yeah, interesting concept for the kind of level aspects.
Yeah, I liked it because it got me playing other characters. The characters play differently.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, my daughter's 4. She played probably 4 hours that week, a week and a half. Every time we were in the car, or anytime we were sitting down to do, hey, can I have your phone?
Nice.
She really wanted to play it. So yeah,
That's
it was
cool.
very easy for her to play, but it was still fun enough for me to play.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Speaking of other mobile games, they actually just released. They were talked about at E3. Gears Pop. So the mobile phone with Gears of War characters, but they're the pop figures. That came out. Haven't played it at all. I've only heard one review of it. That it's a entertaining strategy game, but it is very much you unlock a loot crate type thing. You level up and get a loot crate, but it's not like you get to open it right away. You have to wait 4 hours to do it, and pretty much immediately. So it's not even like when you start up you get those fast time bonuses and all that stuff. Like, it's immediate. So idiots for doing that.
It's got like 33,000 reviews right now on the the Google Play Store, and it's 4.5 stars.
No shit.
So
Wow.
not bad.
Yeah. To oversaturation's point, who asked for Gears Pop? No one. No one at all.
Nobody.
Nobody at all. So there's that. You can check it out if you want. You can also apparently get it from Microsoft if you have Microsoft phone. I don't fuck. Okay, let's get into delightful deals of the week with the Epic Games Store exclusives. Fez is. This is not a picture of Fez. Sorry about that. Fez is available through tomorrow if you're watching this live, twitch.tv/Squad. That is August 29th, Thursday. Starting tomorrow, though, and going through September 5th, you can get Celeste, which, yes, it's Epic Games Store. Add your free library and all that stuff, so you don't have to pay for anything.
Free.
Celeste is one of my favorite games of 2018. It won tons of awards. Highly recommend it. Amazing game. So check it out. I know it's Epic Games Store, but check it out. Or buy it on Steam. Or the Switch, which is what I got it on, and it's amazing for the Switch. And then 2 games next week. Inside, which Deion, you were saying was from the creators of Limbo. So
That's correct.
Probably an amazing game as well.
Highly reviewed. Good game. Yeah, I'll read this.
Can you read that, please,
he's
for me?
He's saying this in the Humankind dude's voice. Lots of people don't know this, but monkeys are actually original Funko Pops. They would use them as visuals for history storytelling.
Fantastic.
That was amazing.
Fantastic.
And clipped.
Oh, boy. And that brings us to what we're playing. So, chat, as always, please let us know what you're playing. And I'll pass it over to you, Mike, although I got a pretty good guess of what you're playing.
Yeah, so over the last week, I got Platinum number 44, Final Fantasy VII HD. This is
Russian, dude.
Yep, this is to prepare for Final Fantasy Remake, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Final Fantasy VIII comes out September 3rd, I think, the HD remake, so I'll be taking a look at that. Because I love Final Fantasy VIII, and that one might be a little bit more stream-friendly. I also started Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. I'm about 10 minutes in. I just kind of want to get a feel for the game before I stream it. It looks beautiful. I'm really excited to stream that one since we've wrapped up our last Platinum Grind game. So generally the way that I do it, I'll play like a game personally and then a game on the stream at the same time. I will not be playing a PlayStation game until November. I will be playing WoW Classic. So jump back into that. In the last 3 days, I've put probably 30 hours into it. I took a sick day today because I was feeling like shit. And you know what? It doesn't take a whole lot of effort to move a mouse around. So I sat in my chair, popped some medicine, and played all day long today.
Nice.
And it was awesome. So I will continue to be doing that.
Yeah, what are you playing?
That's it.
That's it.
For me, mainly, let's see. I've done a little bit of DayZ, whitelisted role-playing server, so I've been trying that out. It's actually been a lot of fun playing through that. Aside from that, a little bit of GTA 5. Still kind of in that world. We've been playing that with T-Gabs and stuff like that, doing some heists and making some money. So still enjoying that. I don't know how long that kick of GTA will be for me, but for now I'm still all in. And then honestly the third part was just Call of Duty Modern Warfare, so still there. That was a lot of fun playing through that, and excited for that game to actually come out. So and excited for the beta too.
Nice.
So that's it.
Let's see. I was traveling the past like 10 days, so I was pretty much limited to the phone and Switch. So I played Galaxy of Heroes. I've been playing that a ton nonstop. Just unlocked 7-star Admiral Thawne, so pretty excited about that.
Nice.
For anybody who knows about that. Let's see. Oversaturation. Holy shit. He says he's still playing Fire Emblem. One more ending to go. That means he's beaten it twice. I am probably close to 20 hours in on my first playthrough with Black Eagle House, and I had a blast with that. I've gotten... Initially, I was kind of like, oh, I'm having fun with this game, but I wasn't like that kind of hooked into it. Now I'm hooked into it where the fiance, that sounds weird, gets home, and I'll sit down, get on the couch, and I'll play it while she's like watching her show or whatever. Oh, shit, you beat it 3 times already. Damn. So enjoying that game more and more, getting a lot more wrapped in the story and enjoying the mechanics. All I'm getting to these sand levels are pissing me off right now. Let's see. And then I started playing Control last night. So I had D&D last night. Have this stream tonight. I have D&D tomorrow night. So no VR training, but you can check me out at twitch.tv/MythBrigade for some RPG, Warhammer RPG play. So check that out. So Control, I haven't gotten to play yet today. I played like an hour yesterday, enjoyed the hell out of it, and can't wait to get back into that. So this holiday weekend is a very busy work weekend, sort of work standby stuff, plus a hurricane. So as long as we got power, I'm going to be playing a lot of Control and probably some GTA 5.
Yeah,
So.
It sounds like a real good excuse to lock yourself in the office, right?
Exactly. Yeah, there you go. You got to do that. Let's see. Steve Nedley's playing some Overwatch. Hell yeah.
What up, Steve?
Can't wait to be playing that probably during the next Halloween event. I'll probably be getting back into that more. These Matos beat Diablo 3. Congratulations.
Nice.
Started Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. No idea what that is.
That game's hilarious.
Yeah?
If that's what I think it is. Let me just double check.
And started Horizon Zero Dawn. What a fantastic game that is.
It's amazing. Play it, and I don't mean like Spider-Man over the next 4 months play it. I mean like sit down and actually, it's so good.
Not like Spider-Man over the next 4 months. Spider-Man, by the way, getting some new suits as well. So that actually came out at D23 Expo. Didn't think about that. Yeah. Ooh, Steve Nedley saying Sigma is awesome. I haven't checked him out yet, and I really do want to do that. He looks like a tank I would want to play. So.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I think that about does it. Anything else, gentlemen, before the hurricane weekend?
Nope. I posted my class and servers that I'm playing on for WoW Classic. If you guys want to join me, you're welcome to reach out to me on Discord, and I'll give you my Battle.net information, and we can play together. That's what I'll be doing the rest of the night.
These Matos, Irish shout out, ADEV, and talk shit to Taiko. What more do you want?
Yeah, it happened. It happened.
Unless you mean ADEV is the game you're playing.
Oh shit. That's not a game I would play.
Wow. Okay, anyways,
All right.
that's it for this week in gaming. Thank you, whether you watch live at twitch.tv/SlightlySaltSquad or checked us out later on your favorite podcast network. Well, until next time, guys, stay salted.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.